It is a stunning day for baseball here in downtown Detroit. We are glad to have you with us. The Tigers and the Minnesota Twins get together. Series finale here in a short 2-game set. Tigers hoping for a split after a disappointing loss last night in the opening game of the homestand and this series. Here is the starting lineup for the visiting Minnesota Twins. It is presented today by your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Ben Revere will lead things off just up from AAA. He's in center field. Brian Dozier, the shortstop. Joe Mauer is at first this afternoon. Josh Willingham is in left, followed by Morneau, the DH. Plouffe in right field. Casilla, Butera, and Carroll, your bottom three. And by the way, if the Tigers combine for 3 or more home runs in this game, make sure you bring a copy of the box score to a participating Arby's location tomorrow, and you will get a free small order of curly fries.
Let's take a look at the Tigers defensively behind Doug Fister this afternoon. Always presented by Beaumont Health System. Dirks in left. Kelly in center field. Jackson not available today. Bosch in right. Cabrera, Peralta, Rayburn, Fielder, Avila behind the dish.
Well, Jim Leyland looking over his lineup card and hoping the Tigers have better luck here this afternoon. They dropped the ball game last night to fall 18-19 on the season, and really, Rod, somewhat of a surprise because the offense came alive last night, but the pitching just could not hold up to the Twins' offense, which hasn't been all that good.
Really, the offense has come alive the last couple of games, which started in Chicago a couple of days ago. 24 hits in the last 2 games, 17 runs, and they've won 1 game and lost 1.
Well, Jackson, of course, a big part of last night's game early on, had a couple of hits and then suffered an injury, and he is out of the game today.
Jackson told me that he actually hurt himself on that swing right there, which was a base hit up the middle. You can see him grimacing as he ran down first base. Then his next time up, he lunged for a pitch that was down, and then the pain was just too much for him to continue to play in the game. Kevin Rand came out. He and Jim Leyland, they walked him off the field, and let's hope that it's not a lengthy stay on the bench for Jackson because he's playing superb baseball right now.
Oh, he is indeed, and certainly is their catalyst and spark plug to this offense. Today's starting pitcher is Doug Fister, and he is presented by Soaring Eagle Casino.
I love Mr. Fister, making his 4th start of the year. The earned run average is tremendous. He doesn't walk that many hitters. He fields his position. He holds base runners. About 19 innings here at Comerica Park since he's given up a run. I really like the efficiency of Doug.
Of course, Fister missed about a month on the disabled list, and he talks about the fact that he's healthy once again and back in the rotation.
It's taking some work to get back in the swing of things, but you know, really, it's just constant grind and constant battle to stay within myself and stay, you know, sharp and fresh.
Well, I would say he's done just that because he's looked really good since coming off the DL.
Well, it looks like he really hasn't missed a beat from what he was able to do last year.
And what he did last year was awfully special after coming over from Seattle in the midseason trade with the M's. And Fister climbs on top of the hill, set to go to work today. Beautiful day, big crowd. Ballpark is jam-packed as usual. Ben Revere leading it off for Minnesota. It'll be Revere, Dozier, and Mauer in the first inning for Ron Gardenhire. First pitch of the ball game is down the middle of strike, 0-1. And Revere was batting .330 at Rochester, called up. Nick Blackburn put on the DL today. There's a ball, and the count goes to 1-1.
I guess the hamstring still bothering Denard Span is the reason why he can't play here today.
He was out there testing it earlier today, but apparently is still a no-go. And that is fortunate for the Tigers because he absolutely kills Tiger pitching.
Yes, he does.
2-1 on Ben Revere. Bouncing ball second base side, ranging to his right is Rayburn. And Revere is out. Good start today. 1 gone. Fister, as you know, loves to work quickly, keeping his defense on their toes.
I was really impressed with Fister in his last start. He needed 51 pitches to get through the first 2 innings against Oakland 5 days ago, and then only needed 105 total to complete 6 innings. So what an adjustment made by Doug against Oakland.
It was looking early on in that game like he might not have it because he was battling himself that entire first inning, and then you looked up toward the end of his start, he had given up just 1 run. Dozier hits a ground ball fair over the third baseman Cabrera down the left field line. He is motoring to second base and is in with a stand-up double.
Looks like they may have their shortstop of the future in Dozier. If you weren't with us in last night's game, we told you that this kid is quite the athlete. Played basketball, football. He was a golfer and a baseball player in high school, and all he has done is pretty much hit in the last week or so.
Well, Dozier came in at 286 as a double for their first hit today. And so now Joe Mauer will stand in with a chance to drive in a run. Mauer at 275. He takes strike one. There's the Bernstein advantage. The scouting report on Joe Mauer. Bernstein advantage. We go to bat for you.
Nothing new for him to take the first pitch. He takes it 92, well, really 93% of the time.
Yeah. And he did again. There's a bouncer to third. Cabrera right there. Dozier going nowhere, and Mauer is out, 2 gone. So that'll leave it up to Josh Willingham here in the first inning. Twins in last night's ball game had 14 hits. They scored 11 runs, and Willingham had a big RBI double in the first inning. He finished with 3 hits last night.
Good fastball hitter. Had some difficulty with the breaking balls last night, but he was all over every fastball that was thrown to him in last night's game.
299 batting average coming into play today, and strike one from Pfister. 7 home runs now for Willingham, who had really a terrific month of April, a 15-game streak that month. Here's the 0-1. Strike called by Marty Foster, and the count is 0-2.
He can throw that fastball, and it looks like it's off the plate to the right-handers, and because it has some tailing action to it, it catches the outside corner. Talking about using both sides with your fastball.
The 0-2 pitch. Missed it outside. Well, Pfister was baffling the Athletics in his last start to the tune of 8 strikeouts.
Most of those came on off-speed pitches.
Right. And it was awfully impressive to watch him pitch. Back on the 12th. 1-2 is lifted back out of play. .105 pitches on Saturday. Over 6 innings, but 8 strikeouts and 1 run. Pfister entering this start today, limiting right-handed batters to an .095 average this year. And the 1-2. Rolled foul, third base side. Tigers trying to climb back up to the 500 mark, 18-19 coming in. They have a short homestand. Pittsburgh coming in next, and they're back on the road. Willingham waiting on a 1-2. And it's hooked foul down the third base line. It almost clipped Eric Cooper. He just was able to dance out of the way. 1-2, the count stays on Josh Willingham.
Too much plate there with that changeup by Pfister to Willingham. Fortunately for Doug, he hooked it foul.
And he just missed the outside corner there. Fastball away, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Good call by Marty Foster.
Just a touch off the plate. Here's the 2-2. Bouncing in, and it's stopped by Avila. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pfister came in with a 3.24 lifetime ERA against the Twins, but a sub 500 record. Avila using his chest to keep the runner at second base. 3-2 count. And he walked him. So Willingham works a base on balls. That'll put 2 aboard with 2 outs. And it brings up Justin Morneau, who last night was 1 for 5. He had himself a 2-base hit. And in fact came off the disabled list yesterday. He was on the DL with a wrist injury. It's something that has hampered him. In fact, both of his wrists have given him problems. Little tapper hit slowly toward third. Barehanding Fisker unable to make the play. Somebody better go get it. And the bases are loaded now with Twins. Infield single for Morneau.
Had Doug let this go and allowed Cabrera to field it, I don't think they get Morneau anyway.
Yeah, clearly if Fisker fields that ball, he has no shot. And Cabrera probably would not have either. So they're loaded up. And an opportunity now for Trevor Plouffe. Twins able to score first in the ball game last night, scoring 2 in the very first inning. And there is strike 1 to Plouffe. He homered in last night's ball game, knocked in 2. It was his 2nd home run of the year. Plouffe showed some power in the minor leagues. The 0-1 whistled foul down the right field line. That was a couple of feet from being big time trouble. 0-2. They are loaded up. Dozier, Willingham, and Morneau on the bases with 2 outs. And again, the Twins trying to score in the very first inning. Here's the 0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ground ball again, foul, this time down the third base line, and that almost drilled Brian Dozier.
Nice athleticism there by Dozier. Looked like he played some soccer in high school too, along with football.
He didn't have time for that.
Golf.
Too much.
When did he have time to study?
I don't know. He already played 4 sports. Now you want him playing soccer too.
How do you letter in 4 sports and still get good grades?
I have no clue. We were talking about that last night. 2 sports is tough enough to juggle with your studies. 3 is really hard. 4, good luck.
In golf and baseball, they usually collide with one another.
Just missed it outside, and the count evens now 2-2. So this has turned into a lengthy inning for Fister, who got a couple of quick outs.
Making Doug work here in the first inning.
Casilla waiting on deck. Here's the 2-2. Outside, 3-2 with no place to put him.
You may remember that in Doug's last start in Oakland, he had to throw 27 pitches to get out of the first inning, and he gave up 1 run in that frame.
Crowd starting to back him now, making a little noise. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Trevor Plouffe. And a ground ball third base side. Cabrera has it. His throw across the diamond, dug out by Prince. Nice job on the backhand. And Fister pitches out of the jam as they leave him loaded.
bounces it over to Prince, and Prince able to pick it cleanly. Nice soft hands by the Prince.
Doesn't happen by accident, folks. Prince has worked on that extremely hard, and his work has definitely paid off. Here's the starting lineup for the Tigers, presented by Big Boy here this afternoon. Kelly, Dirks, Cabrera, your top three. Jackson is still out. Prince, then Young and Avila, and your bottom three features Bosch, Peralta, and Rayburn. The Tigers team offense, as you see in the last three games, perking up a little bit as Don Kelly stands in against P.J. Walters. Kelly batting .220 on the year, filling in for Austin Jackson today. That's in there, a strike, 1-1. Don came in to replace Jackson midway through last night, finished 0 for 2 in the game. 2-1 the count. A little bit of a breeze today. Nice day nonetheless. Plenty of sunshine. 60 degrees this afternoon. The 2-1 is outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here's the 3-1. And that is pulled foul just outside of the bag. Full count now on Kelly. While the Twins last night posted 14 hits, the Tigers had 11 of their own. They scored 7 runs. What as Jim Leyland said after the game last night, if you score 7 runs in a big league game, you should win that contest. 3-2. And he lost him, ball 4. Leadoff man is on. P.J. Walters, today's starting pitcher for Minnesota, presented by Bill Fox Chevrolet of Rochester.
This is his second start in the majors, and apparently his first start he was able to duplicate some of those really good numbers that he had this year in Rochester before his call-up. He's not a hard thrower. Fastball anywhere from 88 to 91 miles an hour. Will throw his breaking ball in fastball counts, and has pretty good command. Those things work up here. You can get big league hitters out if you can command the baseball in the strike zone.
So here is Dirks, who last night had 3 more hits. And he tried to hold up there, couldn't do it. His average now is up to 370. And really in the month of May, he's been better than anybody in the American League. 429 this month. That's the highest average in the AL. Kelly draws a throw. Way outside. Dirks is not only getting his base hits, but he's also walking as well. Had another base on balls in last night's game. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's in there. 1-2 on Dirks, who has a look back for Marty Foster. There you have it. In the month of May, he is ahead of Elvis Andrus, Josh Hamilton, his teammate Austin Jackson on that list. He's at 400.
That kid Mike Trout out in Los Angeles, he's a teenager, isn't he?
He is. Well, he was 19 last year, so I'm not sure if he has reached 20 yet, but he's awfully good. And the 1-2. Bouncing ball, left side. Dozier, nice play to get one, and that's all they'll get. But boy, you're talking about the athleticism of Dozier. Nice play there.
Nice range. He ventured about 10 steps to his right and was able to throw back across his body to Casilla and throw a strike to Casilla. He's done a lot of positive things in the first 2 days of this 2-game series. Dozier.
1 on, 1 out. That'll bring up Miguel Cabrera. A couple of hits in last night's game for Cabrera. He has seen Walters once, 1 at bat against him, and he's homered in that at bat. Big swing there by Miguel. The count goes to 1-1.
That last 89-mile-per-hour sinker was wicked. Look at the movement on this thing.
Disappeared.
You don't have to throw hard to be successful if you've got that kind of life on your two-seam fastball.
It's way outside. 2-1.
Walters does have a little deception in his delivery. It kind of throws across his body, steps toward third base, toward that Tigers dugout, and then kind of throws back across his body, pulling that left shoulder violently down.
2-2. Last time the Tigers saw Walters, he was in St. Louis a couple of years ago when the Tigers played there. He was in relief in that game. He's made 7 starts this year, 6 at the minor league level. Cabrera fouls it off. And in every one of his starts this year, 6 in the minors, 1 in the big leagues, he has given up 3 earned runs or less in all of those starts, so he's been able to limit the damage. A native of Alabama, P.J. Walters. There's Prince waiting on deck. And the 2-2. Line drive to right. Sinking and caught out there in right field by Plouffe. 2 gone. He got that thing right before it hit the grass.
Trevor Plouffe was playing Cabrera so deep in right field, he made what should have been a routine play to a right fielder look rather tough. I mean, he is deep.
And he's not moving in any either with Prince Fielder coming up. He is way back there in right field. Ball 1 to Fielder. I mean, he's almost to the warning track out in right.
He is.
Prince last night knocked in a couple, 2 sacrifice flies for the Tigers first baseman. .293 average. He's knocked in 20 this year. Here's the 1-0. A little bit outside. 2-0 on Fielder.
Maybe the ball is traveling better to right field this afternoon. If you look at the flags above the scoreboard, they're blowing that way slightly.
.20 is low. 3 balls, no strikes. Kelly let it off for the walk. He was forced at second base by Dirks. Waiting on deck, Delman Young. Prince taking on 3-0, and it's on the outside corner, 3-1. P.J. Walters, 27 years of age, originally an 11th round pick of the St. Louis Cardinals. That's the organization he grew up in. That's way inside, and Fielder gets a walk. The second of the inning now for Walters.
While we have a moment, let me set the Minnesota Twins defensive alignment for you. It's presented by Tim Hortons, Willingham, Revere, Plouffe in the outfield, Jamie Carroll, Dozier, Casilla Maurer in the infield, and Drew Butera is a catcher. Joe Maurer making his 11th start at first base already this year.
Here's Delman Young now with 2 on, 2 out. And he looks at ball 1.
Butera knows that Delman loves to swing at the first pitch. Therefore, he made sure that that first delivery to Delman was well off the plate.
Ground ball foul, third base side.
Delman took a really good batting practice today. He was hitting balls over that 420 sign in straightaway center field into that shrubbery.
Well, the Tigers certainly waiting for Delman to get it going. He had a double in last night's ball game, but just as big a key in this offense as most others. Batting behind Prince Fielder. That missed inside. And when you go back to what he did in the postseason last year and what he did in spring training this year, the hopes were high that Delman would have a quick start this year.
No doubt. He's done it before. He drove in 112 runs just 2 years ago for this Minnesota Twins team. So there's a track record.
3-1.
And as Jim likes to say, all you can do is go on guys' track records. That's why you stay with them.
Avila waiting his turn on deck. Both starters now have thrown a ton of pitches in this first inning. There's a ground ball right side. Mauer is able to backhand it. Flip to the pitcher covering to retire the side. No runs, couple of walks, and a little bit of help from the right fielder Plouffe, who came in to make a nice play. First pitch by Doug Fister of the second inning is slapped back out of play by Alexi Casilla. He'll be followed by Drew Butera, then Jamie Carroll here in the top of the second. No score. Fister threw 26 pitches in that first, and they left him loaded. The 0-1 breaks low, and the count 1-1 strike on Alexi Casilla. 1 for 3 RBI in last night's ball game. Now the 1-1. Chopped foul at home plate, 1-2.
You have to love the way that Doug goes about his business. Does not waste a whole lot of time. Gets lots of ground balls, fields his position, keeps the infielders on their toes.
Got him. Strike 3. Casilla didn't like it, but he's out of there. Fister has a strikeout.
Doug loves to start that fastball off the plate about 6 inches, and as a left-handed hitter you kind of give up on that pitch, and it's got some tailing action to it, and a nice frame job by Avila to get the strike call from Marty Foster.
Here's the catcher Drew Butera. Replaced Ryan Domit in last night's ball game. He had a 2-base hit. Butera batting .250. Pfister in his last start against the Athletics gave up a run in the first, but he left the bases loaded, and the Twins did the same thing here in the first inning today. They had their chance to jump out on top. Now the 1-1. Line drive, fair ball down the left field line. It'll bang off the fence down there. On his way for extra bases, Butera, and he is in with a double.
That's a nice piece of hitting there by Butera. It was an 89-mile-per-hour fastball that appeared to be tailing in on him, and he was able to pull his hands inside, and he whistled that ball down in the left field corner.
That is the 10th extra base hit that Minnesota has in this series.
And someone said when they got here they weren't a very good offensive club.
Ball outside. Who was that? I was saying it. I know. I was looking at the numbers.
Absolutely.
The numbers were saying it.
Absolutely. I was right there with you.
Jamie Carroll trying to drive in a run. That missed inside. 2-0. Pfister now has thrown 35 pitches so far in this game. Carroll was 2 out of 5 with a couple of RBIs last night. Twins doing a good job of padding their offensive numbers. There's a ground ball, base hit right field. They're going to hold the runner at third base. Bosch fires it back in. A single for Carroll. First and third with 1 out.
Well, it looks like Pfister may have to change his game plan just as he did against Oakland 5 days ago. Giving up some hits on fastball. Doug simply went to the changeup and the breaking ball, and then he was able to maneuver himself through that Oakland A's lineup for 6 innings. 8 strikeouts, most of those on breaking balls.
Ben Revere stands in. He grounded out to start the game as they chase Carroll back to first base. 4 hits already for Minnesota. They picked up a single and a double in the first, and a single and a double here in the second. Strike 1 on Revere. Revere can run. As a rookie last year, 34 stolen bases, which was more than any other rookie in the American League. Pfister missing it high. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And Revere was down in AAA because he really was the odd man out in Minnesota's outfield, with Span in center and Willingham in left, and them giving Trevor Plouffe every opportunity to succeed.
2 balls, 1 strike. Revere does not hit for power, but he can run, and they're trying to drive in a run here. Quick throw back, and they got him. Carroll caught leaning.
Pfister is such a heads-up pitcher. It's a 2-1 count. It's a hit and run because Ron Gardenhire knows that Pfister throws lots of ground balls, so he's simply trying to stay out of the double play. And Pfister gave that little fake to third and back to first, and Carroll bit on it, and then Prince was able to apply the tag before he got his hand in there.
And right back to the mound it comes, and the threat is over. That ended quickly. Pfister doing all the heavy lifting. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Here at Comerica Park, still scoreless. Sports Detroit is brought to you by Comerica Bank. Strength and stability since 1849. Chrysler, imported from Detroit. And by Folgers Coffee. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. Back here at Comerica Park, and Doug Fister is able to pick off Jamie Carroll at first base. Turned out to be a big play in the top of the second. So the Tigers come to the plate in the bottom of the second inning. Avila, Bosch, and Peralta facing P.J. Walters. First pitch grounded right back to the mound. And Avila is out, one gone.
So you were telling me just a few days ago that possibly next year this particular move will be outlawed, correctly?
Correct.
Where the pitcher kind of he picks over to third, turns around, and gets the pickoff.
The left-handers are complaining that if they were to do that, that would be a balk. And so they want it outlawed, and I guess they are considering making that move in the future a balk. So take advantage of it while you can, I suppose, and Fister did. But that was sort of like a mini move to third base there.
It wasn't as pronounced as we see some of the right-handers when they try to do that. That's for sure. And I think that's why Carroll bid on it.
Yeah, I agree.
Brennan's got to get a new bat. It sounded like that one broke. He's not even checking it, but it sounded like it.
Sounded funny. Now he's looking at it. Yeah, it's broken, Brennan.
Even the guys in the on-deck circle say, you got a hairline fracture in that thing, buddy. I know that sound. Happened to me a lot.
The thing is, though, in the big leagues, you've got a nice...
How in the world can we be way up here and know that he broke his bat and he's down there, he don't even know it?
I don't know. It took, I think, Peralta in the on-deck circle perhaps to alert him.
I guess BB's locked in here today.
He is, and that's a good sign.
He's got one thing on his mind. I knew it was broke.
Here's the 0-2. Got him looking. First strikeout for Walters. 2 gone. Didn't even get a chance to swing that new bat.
He did not. Walters will cut the fastball, sink the fastball, breaking ball. Ron Gardenhire very impressed with Walter, his first start of the year.
Well, we know this. He is pounding the strike zone. He was first pitch strikes. Had a lot in the first inning, and he got ahead of Avila with a quick out and a quick strikeout of Bosch, and now it looks like a 1-2-3 inning. And it is, as Carroll throws out Peralta. Quickly go the Tigers in the second. We are headed to the third. No score. together for the final game of this 2-game series. Doug Fister back to the hill facing Brian Dozier in the top of the third. Dozier, Mauer, Willingham 2, 3, and 4 in their lineup, and there's a base hit over the head of Johnny Peralta. So Dozier continues to have himself a whale of a series.
They haven't been able to figure this rookie out yet, but there's quite a few other big league pitchers that really haven't figured him out either. That's a fastball that's off the plate outside, and Dozier able to get to it and hit it rather sharply over the head of a jumping Johnny Peralta.
5 hits already now for Minnesota. They have yet to score, though, as Mauer stands in. Oh, and 1 on Mauer. Well, that kind of backs up what you're talking about. Since May 7th, Dozier has had 14 hits, the most among rookies.
There's Mauer taking that first pitch again.
Bouncing ball left side. Peralta ranging right. There's one. Relay to first. He is in time. The double play.
Johnny Peralta is awfully steady at that shortstop position, gets in front of that ball and gets it over to Rayburn with a really good firm throw, and Rayburn able to turn it over. And a nice pick by the Prince once again here today. The second one that Prince has picked out of the dirt.
Here is Willingham. He walked in the first inning after a lengthy at bat.
One of the reasons why Doug Fister gets so many double plays turned behind him, because when the runner is on first base, he is nearly impossible to steal off of. Nearly impossible.
So the shorter lead means you really don't have a chance to break up that double play often.
And he throws tons of ground balls.
Meanwhile, Willingham now continues to work Fister. It's 3-0.
Fister has had 74 major league outings, 74 of them, and there's only been 6 stolen bases against him while he's been on the mound. That's remarkable.
And he stays away from Willingham and walks him on 4 pitches, the second time that he has walked in this game.
That might be by design, because he doesn't walk a whole lot of people, and to walk him twice, it kind of tells me, you know what? We're going to make somebody else beat us here today.
We'll see if Morneau is that guy. He is 1 for 1 infield hit off the end of his bat in the first inning. And he strokes this one in the air to left. Hit it well. Dirk's going back, and he looks up, and that ball is off the top of the wall. They're going to say it's gone. It's a home run. Morneau with a 2-run shot the other way. A 2-out 2-run blast, so the walk to Willingham and the home run by Morneau.
Well, it appeared that he pitched around Willingham and he wanted to go after Morneau, and that has to be a welcome sight for the Minnesota Twins to see Justin Morneau take this ball that's outside and hit it that hard the opposite way for a 2-run homer. That is the Justin Morneau of a couple of years ago.
Just over the wall, and enough to get out of here to make it 2-0 in favor of the Twins. Their 6th hit already.
First runs that Fister have given up in this yard in his last 22 innings.
It had been a while. The 0-1 is swung on and belted deep in the air to left. That ball is way back, and they have back-to-back home runs.
Trevor Plouffe is playing long ball for the 2nd consecutive day. Came in batting 136.
The Twins offense has gotten awfully healthy in this series.
Fastball that just kind of tailed into the happy zone of Trevor.
His 3rd home run of the year, 2nd in the series, and it's 3-0. Casilla cuts and misses. Alexi struck out to start the second. Now the 0-1. Fouled back out of play, 0-2. Double play ball. Looked like Fisker would be on easy street here in the third with 2 out, nobody on, but he appeared to pitch around Willingham to take on Morneau, and Morneau got him for a 2-run shot. And the 0-2. 1-2 on Casilla. Morneau and Pluth with back-to-back homers. Breaking ball rolled toward first, foul. Jerry White with a barehanded play. And a souvenir.
Jerry's been a mainstay on Ron Gardenhire's staff since Ron took over in 2001. Just about all of the guys on his staff have been there with him since day one.
Had missed 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And they have enjoyed a lot of success together. Last couple of years, they haven't done so well, but a lot of success before that.
Got him, strike 3. Casilla is caught looking, strikes out for the second time of the game, but a big inning. Pair of home runs, and it's 3-0. All right, Ryan, thank you very much. Here it is 3-0 on a couple of home runs by Minnesota. Tigers have some work to do this afternoon as we go to the bottom of the third. Ryan Rayburn leading it off. It'll be Rayburn then back up top to Don Kelly and Andy Dirks.
I guess that Cleveland team, although they're losing today, they're not going quietly. Did you see what they did to King Felix yesterday?
Yes. They put up a lot of offense yesterday.
An 8 spot on Hernandez.
Doesn't happen very often.
Sen-Soo Choo now leading off for Maniacta's Indians the last 3 games, and his batting average is kind of perked up. They've been trying to figure out how to get Sen-Soo Choo back on track, and apparently being the leadoff hitter has done that.
21 wins now for Cleveland as they came in 3 up on the Tigers. Meanwhile, Walters has done some good work here. He got the Tigers 1, 2, 3 in the second. Rayburn last night was 0 for 3. Walters, a native of Alabama. He played his college ball at South Alabama. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Rayburn is gone. Second strikeout now for the right-hander. By the way, this game is available in high definition on Fox Sports Detroit HD, sponsored by Xfinity from Comcast. Pellucid High definition.
Who?
Pellucid. Remember last night I was asking for other words
Right,
to
right.
describe high definition.
Stunning.
Stunning. Yeah, I use that all the time.
Right.
Crystal clear all the time.
Right.
Bill Brown walks in and says you need to use the word pellucid.
Pellucid.
And I said, well, what does that mean? He said, well, crystal clear and stunning. So we're going to go with pellucid now.
Leave it to Bill Brown.
He's my wordsmith. Boy, that ball hit a ton. Wrong part of the ballpark. And there are two gone. Kelly is out. It was almost a pellucid home run, but it fell short. Here's Dirks. Andy reaching on a fielder's choice in the first, 0 for 1. Tigers still searching for their first hit today. They had a couple of walks in the first inning. .366 average for Dirks. And he, by the way, has hit safely in 10 of his last 11 ball games. P.J. Walters in search of another 1-2-3 frame. Strike called on the outer edge. 1-1. Walters, as we mentioned, originally part of the Cardinals system, an 11th round pick of the Cards back in '06. The year the Tigers were marching toward the World Series against the St. Louis Cardinals. Here's the 2-1. High towering fly ball center field. Ben Revere backing up, and it is indeed another 1-2-3 inning for Walters. 3 in the books. 3-0 Twins. Afternoon as we go to the 4th inning, and Minnesota is on top courtesy of a couple of home runs. 3-0. Drew Butera will lead it off for Minnesota, and Doug Fister delivers a strike. 0-1. Butera, then Carroll, and then Ben Revere. 2-base hit, but did not score his first time up. And then Butera now has 2 at-bats in this series, both doubles. He led the Twins catchers last year, catching 93 games at the big league level. 1-1 is bounced toward third base, knocked down by Cabrera, and he'll have no play.
That was one of those plays where Cabrera was a little indecisive as to whether to charge the ball or back up. And then once he got on his heels, it made it nearly impossible for him to field this baseball. You can tell he didn't quite know which way to go, come in or go back. That is the 5th error that the Tigers have committed in the series.
4 last night and 1 today. There's been a lot of traffic on the bases for Pfister. Carroll had a single back in the 2nd and then was picked off. The hook is on the inside corner for a strike on Carroll. The 2 home runs for the Twins now gives them 12 extra base hits in this series. They came in last in the American League in extra base hits. Throwback.
Since Doug has put on a Tigers uniform, we're not accustomed to seeing 3 runs scored against him.
No, not at all.
Only 1 time last year in 11 starts did he give up 3 or more runs.
0-2. Three runs, 7 hits for Minnesota. No runs, no hits for Detroit. Checked it and it missed inside. 1-2. Carroll played his college ball at the University of Evansville. Hometown to a pretty good big league player.
He was pretty good. Donnie Baseball.
Now managing the Dodgers, Don Mattingly. He got him. Strike 3 with a breaking ball. Pfister has his 3rd strikeout.
All 3 of Doug's strikeouts this afternoon have been looking. 2 to Alexi Casilla and then that one to Jamie Carroll. When Pfister throws that breaking ball because he stands 6 feet 8 inches on the mound as a hitter, it appears that that ball is going to be up and out of the strike zone, but he's got a nice feel with that pitch and it drops in there nicely.
Ball 1 to Ben Revere. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of ground balls. Did your minor league stops ever take you to Evansville? You played there one year.
I played in Evansville the year that I started the season in the majors with the Tigers in '84. When I was sent down, Evansville was our AAA affiliate.
Ball outside.
Talking about being depressed. I was on a squad that was 35-5 at one point in time and got sent to Evansville, Indiana.
Wasn't quite the same, was it? 66 pitches now for Pfister. And the 3-0 is in there for a strike.
That was before they had all that depression medicine.
I ain't even going anywhere with that. I got nothing for you. Revere hits it in the air toward left. Dirk's on a sprint, but he's not going to get there. It's out of play.
They got all kind of stuff to fix that now, but back then they didn't really have nothing.
Son, you're going to AAA. Here's some medicine.
Oh my goodness. I'm serious. That was a tough time.
Well, absolutely. I mean, you're leaving a club that is just marching through the American League. You knew the Tigers were headed to the playoffs that year.
And it was so fun to come to the ballpark every single day.
Gibby, part of that '84 squad. 3-2 with the runner going and a slice to left center field. Base hit. Single for Revere.
Well, we were talking about Doug Pfister and the fact that he is 6'8". This Sunday, the Tigers battle the Pittsburgh Pirates, and all kids 14 and under will receive a Doug Pfister growth chart. For tickets, call 866-66-TIGER or visit Tigers.com.
6'8". Probably not going to use all of that growth chart. Here's Dozier, and he pops up a bunt foul. Already for the Twins, 8 hits against Doug. Tigers committing an error here in the 4th inning as well. 3-0 Minnesota. They had back-to-back home runs by Morneau and Plouffe in the third. What was the ballpark like down in Evansville?
It didn't even matter. I was so impressed.
It was AAA. It didn't matter. Well, the reason I ask is because now ballparks, even in A-ball around the country, are really, really nice facilities.
Yeah, it wasn't all that nice. I mean, he's still a professional player. Don't get me wrong. I was happy to have a uniform. There's no debate about that. But you're right. A lot of the new parks now, very nice, very comfortable in a lot of these minor league cities.
Here's the 0-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So how did Sparky tell you you're going down, young man?
Kind of called you in. We just told you that, we're going to send you down to Evansville. I think Chet Lemon had a hamstring injury. Rupert Jones was down in the minor leagues and was playing very well, and they wanted somebody that could play some center field. I could not play any center field, and they called Rupert Jones up, and Rupert Jones went on to have a spectacular season in '84.
He did. Big part of that team. Mauer waiting on deck. And the 2-2. Lifted back out of play. So the Twins have had runners on in every inning so far in this game. They threaten again here in the fourth. A single and an error. Butera and Revere the base runners. That's popped up. First base side fielder drifting in foul ground. Dozier is finally retired. First time today they've gotten him. 2 gone. Here's Joe Mauer. Mauer has faced Doug Fisker 12 times. He is 0 for 12 against him.
Here's about the time where Mauer might just swing at the first pitch. Nope.
Nope.
Doesn't do it. But he will do that, though. He'll take the first pitch the first 2-3 times up, and then because he usually takes it, and a lot of pitchers will throw that little fastball right in there, and then Mauer will ambush you.
Takes another one. That one's in for a strike. 1-1.
You have to have a lot of confidence to take 93% of the first pitches, which means you're probably hitting behind in the count a lot.
You would think so. But when you look at the numbers that Mauer's had over his career, I mean, obviously confidence is a big part of his game. He's won 3 batting titles. The only catcher to win 3 batting titles. 322 lifetime average. Home run numbers since moving to Target Field have dipped considerably. Of course, he's been on the DL a lot too. He flares this one toward left field, and Dirks comes in to make the play. Inning over, no runs, a hit, an error, 2 men left. Tigers record for most multi-hit games all time. Miguel Cabrera putting a dent into that Tigers record. He has 18 this year, which leads the majors. Cabrera is 0 for 1 in this one. He lined out back in the first inning. That's interesting. Strike one on Cabrera. Miguel sits safely in his last 4. Batting .309, and he rolls one toward third base. Sunday hop for Jamie Carroll. One out here in the 4th. And P.J. Walters making it look easy right now. Walters has retired 8 straight. Tigers got a couple of walks in that first inning. Fielder had one of them. He stands in now with one gone. And he sends this one on the ground to the right side. Ranging right is Casilla. And his high throw pulled him off the bag, and Fielder is safe. Maurer tried the swipe tag, but to no avail.
That is one thing that I've noticed about Prince since he's been in a Tigers uniform, that he runs out every ground ball at 110%. There are a lot of big guys at a routine ground ball to second base. They're not running as hard as Prince is running here, and they simply get tagged out by the first baseman. But he was really busting it down the line.
It's a good observation, because if he's not, he's out.
And let's face it, sometimes guys just don't run 100% down the line.
That's in the air to center. Cruising over is Revere. And there are 2 gone.
Especially your big guys.
Right. And especially guys like Fielder that play every single day. But he's aboard now with 2 outs. He's going to bring up a velo. Tigers still looking for that first hit.
You know, Walters is one of those guys that we talk about frequently that has pitched over 700 minor league innings. Kind of knows how to pitch. Not overpowering, but just kind of knows how to pitch. You don't pitch that many innings and not have a really good idea for what you want to do.
Parts of 3 years with the St. Louis Cardinals at the big league level. He was traded last year to Toronto in that Colby Rasmus deal, which also involved Octavio Dotel going to the Cardinals. That's in there, 1-1. Walters, the career strikeout and innings pitched leader at South Alabama before being drafted by the Cardinals. Avila tapped back to the mound his first time up, 0 for 1. Soft liner caught by the second baseman Casilla. And the inning is over. No runs in air. 1 man left. To the 5th we go. ceremonial first pitch from a local guy, Greg Jennings, who of course is a star for the Green Bay Packers, wide receiver, played at Western Michigan. Threw out the ceremonial first pitch. He had a nice chat with Shannon Hogan on Tigers Live pregame, and he said, you know, I never played baseball when I was younger because I was afraid of the ball.
A lot of kids like that.
And here's a guy that is a wide receiver in the NFL, and the shots he takes every Sunday. Well, the Tigers are down 3-0 as we go to the 5th inning. Doug Fister back to the hill. Josh Willingham will lead things off. Willingham and then Morneau and Plouffe. Fister has yet to put together a 1-2-3 frame. Ball 1 to Willingham. He's walked in twice in this game. When he walked him back in the 3rd with 2 outs, Morneau followed with a 2-run homer. One ball, one strike. That's outside. 2-1 on Willingham. He was signed as a free agent in December, and the Twins are happy they did so. He's provided them with 7 home runs.
The Twins offered Michael Kadire the exact same contract that Willingham signed. But Kadire was waiting, and he was trying to get more money, which he did from Colorado. And I guess the Twins are happy they have Willingham.
They are indeed. Willingham last year established career highs in home runs with 29. RBIs with 98 in an Oakland uniform. Fister trying to avoid walking him for the 3rd straight time. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Rolled foul. Fister facing the 4, 5, and 6 batters here in the Minnesota 5th inning. They scored all 3 of their runs on the back-to-back homers back in the 3rd. Back out of play. Tiger bats were booming last night. 11 hits, 7 runs. Today, no runs, no hits. There's a little number back to the mound. Fister pouncing on it, and he threw it away. Willingham on his way to 2nd at least, and he's going to try and get the 3rd. There might be a play here. The throw, the tag, safe. Throw was a little bit high, otherwise they might have gotten him. So the Tigers commit another error.
Looked like after Fister barehanded this ball and picked it up, he kind of threw it sidearmed, and therefore the ball just kind of sailed on him over the head of Prince Fielder, and Prince a little reluctant into reaching into that baseline, and you really can't blame him for that.
So put a runner at 3rd base with nobody out, and a ground ball hit to the right side. That'll get the run in. Rayburn throws out Morneau, who has his 3rd RBI in the game. Well, you can vote for your Tigers McDonald's Player of the Game, presented by the Angus 3rd Pounder Deluxe. Using your cell phone, text Tigers followed by a space, the player's uniform number to 37338, or vote online at foxsportsdetroit.com. That is 6 errors now in this series for Detroit.
And that throw wasn't as bad as I thought it was over to Prince. Did not sail over his head, but Prince didn't want to reach into the baseline, and therefore the ball hit right off his glove, and he was given the error, not Fister.
So change the E1 to E3 if that's the way you marked it. Here it is again. Regardless, the 2nd error of the game for Detroit. There's a strike called, and see you later. Kloof is out of there.
Every last one of Fister's strikeouts so far today have been with the Minnesota Twins hitters looking at strike three.
Alexi Casilla drops down a bunt foul. .92 now in the pitch count total.
And Tigers are going to need that bullpen here once again today. Tigers now have 13 pitchers on their roster, with Villarreal being called up and Danny Worth going down to AAA.
Here's the 1-1. It seems like the Tigers are either getting into the bullpen too early, or their starters are going deep enough in the game and they can't get enough guys work.
That's why they have 13 men on their staff right now.
1-2, knocked down by Fister. And that is that, but they get another run courtesy of an error. 4-0 Minnesota now, and you're watching Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit, presented by Bell Tire. Sports Detroit is brought to you by Arby's. It's good mood food. And by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. Here come the Tigers now in search of their first hit of the game as we go to the bottom of the fifth. The deficit is now 4-0. Minnesota getting a run as the Tigers commit another error, their second of this game. Walters brings it home to Bosch, who pops it up foul, heading back to the seats. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bosch, Peralta, Rayburn. Fister now 95 pitches through 5 innings of work. Bosch in this game for the Tigers, 0 for 1. He struck out back in the second. Trying to extend his 9-game hitting streak. There's another pop-up heading back to the seats. One ball, 2 strikes. Seven, 8, 9 in Jim Leland's lineup here in the bottom of the fifth. Tigers have been out hit today, 8-0. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a high drive, deep right field, way back down the line, and there's your first hit of the game and your first run as well. What an crushed that. Number 5 for Bosch.
Bosch's first couple of swings in this at bat looked like he was just kind of fighting the ball off the left field, but he got a 91-mile-per-hour cutter inside and was really able to get to it and got barrel on it and hit. When he gets barrel on it, he can hit it a long way.
As he did there, the Tigers are finally on the board. 4-1 ball game.
Bosch back in that number 7 slot in Jim Leland's lineup this afternoon, and he has done very well in that number 7 spot.
He's also extended his hitting streak to 10 straight. 343 in that span. There's a fly ball toward right field, heading toward the corner, and out of play.
It's nice to be big and strong and physical. And young.
16th RBI, 5th home run for Bosch. Peralta is 0 for 1 with a ground ball. Right back to the mound and knocked down by Walters. Johnny now 0 for 2. That will bring up Ryan Rayburn. Struck out back in the 3rd, 0 for 1. The teams exchanging runs here in the 5th. 4-1 Minnesota. Ball 1 to Rayburn. That's driven in the air toward left field. Willingham to the, well, just about warning track. 2 gone.
Hey fans, Fox Sports Game Connect, the ultimate online experience for fans. You can log on and take part in the most interactive forum during Tigers games, stats, trends, exclusive analysis, and live Twitter feeds. Plus, you can even share your thoughts with the game broadcast. Fox Sports Game Connect now available on foxsportsdetroit.com.
Here's Don Kelly. Base on balls and a fly out for Kelly. 0 for 1. Pulls that one on the ground right at Mauer. And he'll take care of business down there. Tigers settle for the leadoff home run by Bosch. Bosch. It is now 4-1, the first Tigers hit of this game. And Doug Fister will go back to the mound now, trailing by 3 as we go to the 6th. be Drew Butera to lead things off. Butera followed by Carroll and then Revere. First pitch outside from Pfister, who coming into this inning had thrown 95, so he'll go well over 100 in this game. There is some activity in the Detroit bullpen. The 1-0 pitch. 2 balls and no strikes, and it's the right-hander Brian Villarreal who was just called up. He's been up and down a couple of times with the big club this year. Two 2-0 on Butera. 3 balls, no strikes. Butera has been on base twice, reaching on an error and doubling. One of the 8 hits the Twins have posted today. Here's the 3-0, and it's on the edge, 3-1. There's Carroll waiting on deck. Line drive, base hit to left. Leadoff man is on again for Minnesota. Back to the studio we go for a game break. Here's Ryan Field.
All right, Ryan, thank you. Those A's pitchers have rolled into Arlington and done a pretty good job against that hot Texas Rangers offense.
Here's a bunt that goes foul, and that's no small order, that's for sure.
No. And Jamie Carroll has 2 sacrifice bunts already this year. At that time, he appeared to be bunting for a base hit. The Minnesota Twins have not utilized the sacrifice this year as much as they have in recent past. As a team, they only have 6 sacks.
No balls, 1 strike on Carroll. Single strikeout in this game. Speaking of the A's, Brandon Inge was placed on the 15-day disabled list today.
He had a groin injury, didn't he?
He did in that series against Detroit.
Didn't he go on the DL with us out of spring training with a groin injury as well?
Correct. There's a slow roller hit towards second. Rayburn charging. And his throw just got the runner at first base. He took a peek at second, and it almost cost him.
Maybe he underestimated the speed of Jamie Carroll. Nice stretch by Prince at first.
Here's Ben Revere. Ooh, look out, he was showing bunt, and he had to run out of the way. One ball, no strikes on Revere, who today is 1 for 3. Couple of ground balls to go with a single. And the base hit was in the 4th. And once again, the Twins have had at least 1 base runner in every inning so far. Bunted, foul. Revere has that good speed, trying to utilize it there. 1 ball, 1 strike. He was optioned down on April 25th. Was hitting .330 at Rochester and then called up. Twins originally placed Ryan Doman on the DL, but they've reversed that. There's a ground ball to second. Revere is out and advanced the runner to third. Nick Blackburn put on the DL today instead of Doman. With 2 gone, it's a chance for Brian Dozier. Twins got 3 in the 3rd on a couple of home runs. They were back to back. Morneau and Plouffe. And then they got another one in the 5th on a throwing error, actually a fielding error by Prince down at first base. Strike 1 on the outer edge. Strike two. It's at 107 now. Villarreal have been warming up, trying to get Pfister through 6 innings here today. And the 0-2.
Last 3 games, we have seen the Tigers starting pitchers rack up quite a few pitches in not too many innings. Scherzer, Porcello yesterday, and now Pfister today.
Got him, strike 3. Dozier is out of there. Inning is over. No runs. Leadoff man reaches third, but is stranded there. 4-1 Minnesota.
I like the fact that he attacks. He gets the ball. He doesn't screw around on the mound. He throws the ball, and here it is coming hit it. He worked ahead in the count. He used all of his pitches. He was able to throw his breaking ball behind the count. So that's what we like about him. And if he keeps doing that, he'll have a chance.
Well, he's had more than a chance today. He kept the Tigers hitless until the Bosch home run in the 5th inning, and he leads 4-1. P.J. Walters back out there for Minnesota. He's been impressive today. The Tigers trying to get it going now with Dirks, Cabrera, and Fielder. 2, 3, and 4. And there's a drive to right field. That ball is hooking. And it is gone. A home run. Andy Dirks continues to swing a hot bat. His 4th of the year.
You know, we were talking about Andy Dirks in Tigers Live today, and we talked about how just quick and compact his swing is. Real nice weight transfer in his lower half. You never see him overswing.
Ever, literally. Miguel Cabrera takes ball 1. Dirks batting second this year, hitting .439 in that slot. Way outside 2-0. And now Butera, sensing his pitcher is overthrowing, walks out to the mound. That's what Jim Leland says about Dirks. He pulled that ball with that short, compact stroke, allows him to hit the ball back up the middle, the other way quite a bit. And a lot of his hits this year have gone up the middle, to the left. There's a high fly to right. Circling out there is Plouffe, literally playing almost on the warning track. That time it worked out. 1 gone. Here's Fielder. Prince reaching on an error and walking. So he is 0 for 1. Tigers have 2 hits today. Both of them have left the building. Home runs by Bosch and Dirks. Now the 1-0. Time now for the Farmers Insurance report card. It's on Prince Fielder. His last 4 games, 8 for 14. And of course he went through that struggle before that, 0 for 21. So Prince is back on track. 2-1. Back him out of there. 3 balls, 1 strike. Waiting on deck, Delman Young. There's a drive to right field. Kloof looking up on this one. See you later. It is gone, and the Tigers have their second home run in this inning. 3 hits, 3 homers. And they're just about all the way back.
These fans finally have something to cheer about. The 2 home runs this inning have gotten them out of their seats. That is a ball that is down, and Prince Fielder goes down, and he's got that classic uppercut swing and hit a rocket out of here.
Delman hits a ground ball deep behind the bag at third. Carroll with a nice play, and he throws him out. 2 away. Well, the Tigers had not had a hit through 4 innings. Now a couple of homers here in the 6th. Prince, little bat flip, watching that one sail. Three hits in the game and 3 runs for the Tigers, all homers. Here's Avila with 2 outs. Breaking ball in for a strike.
That is now 234 home runs for Prince Fielder since the 2006 season began. Only 2 other players have hit more than him in that span. 234 taters.
Speaking of taters, that home run by Fielder makes it curly fries tomorrow for everybody.
Hello. I like the way you tied that in.
Got lucky. 1-1. And it's lined right to the first baseman, Mauer. Boy, Avila hit it hard, but straight at him. Tigers, though, chipping away. They get 2 more back here in the 6th. They do it with the long ball. Dirks. Prince. 4-3. Question of the game, and here it is. Which of these teams would you consider the Tigers' biggest interleague rival? Is it A, the Pirates, because we've seen to play them a lot the last couple of years, B, the Cardinals, C, the Dodgers, or D, the Cubs? Make your pick and enter your vote. Text ACE followed by a space, then the letter answer to 37338. Final results coming up post-game on Tigers Live with Ryan Field. Well, the Tigers inching back now. Dirks with a home run and Prince with a home run, and it's 4-3. Pfister is done for the day as the Tigers will go to the bullpen as we head to the 7th inning. It's a Wallside Windows pitching change, and it's Phil Coke.
Well, Phil Coke just needs to make sure he slows down this Minnesota Twins team, because it appears the Tigers have had a little bit of a momentum switch in that last half inning, putting a couple of runs on the board, now only trailing by 1.
And Coke will be facing Mauer, Willingham, and Morneau. A couple of left-handers in this inning. Mauer is 0 for 3. One-run game now, 4-3 in favor of the Twins. First pitch is in for a strike, 0-1.
That is now 4 plate appearances today where Mauer has taken the first pitch thrown to him. But nothing new for Joe. Takes 94% of the time.
3 career hits against Coke. 2 of the homers.
Can you believe there's 4 other guys in baseball that take more than that? More than 94% of the time?
Who are they?
I saw the list earlier, but I forgot.
That's a lot. I mean, that's literally every single time he comes to the plate. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss.
Juan Pierre was at the top of the list. He takes the first pitch 97% of the time.
Well, all of those guys, as you mentioned, have to have a whole lot of confidence in their abilities to take that first pitch every single time. Mauer hits a ground ball deep behind the bag. Prince has it. Coke covers. One gone. So Mauer is 0 for 4.
Well, if you're just joining us, Doug Pfister gave up 4 runs in this game, and he gave up a total of 9 hits. And a lot of them were on fastballs. I guess the location not quite where Doug is accustomed to being. A lot of these balls are kind of centered down the plate. And then there are some that are located pretty well where pull hitters just reach out and hit those balls back to the pull field. Gave up back-to-back home runs. 1 to Morneau. And then that pitch to Trevor Plouffe, that home run, wasn't a bad pitch.
Here's Willingham. Here are the final numbers on Doug Pfister. 109 pitches in this game. Of the 4 runs, 3 are earned, 5 strikeouts. The 0-1. The kind of numbers he would be putting up with the Seattle Mariners, 3 earned runs, but the difference is he wouldn't get any support there.
That's right.
And here in Detroit, they've gotten him 3 back and hopefully more before this one is over.
All 5 of his strikeouts today were looking. Pitches taken by Minnesota.
1-2. Willingham 2 walks, also reaching on an error and scoring 2 runs today. Coke is ahead 1-2. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Willingham a long time ago came up as a catcher in the Marlins organization. He can hit for power. We know that. We mentioned the career high 29 homers last year. And a terrific signing in the offseason for Minnesota. 3-2. And he walked again for the 3rd time in this game.
The Tigers' 18th annual Negro Leagues tribute game is this Saturday at 4:05 versus the Pirates. First 10,000 fans will receive an Austin Jackson Detroit Stars bobblehead. Call 866-66-TIGER or visit tigers.com. Hopefully Jackson is back in action on Saturday.
Well, I hope you're right. The Tigers certainly need his bat and his glove out in center field. Jackson's saying that he felt a little bit sore today and he'll get some treatment, see how he feels tomorrow. That's why they call it day to day. You wake up every morning, see how you feel, and see if you can give it a go. Morneau 2 for 3. 2-run shot off Fisker back in the third. He hit it the opposite field. And he shatters his bat this time, rolls one right to Prince, who fires to second one. Relay in time. Double play with the barrel of the bat flying. Inning over, no runs, a walk, nobody left. It's time to stretch. Well, it's the bottom of the 7th inning. Tigers are down by a 4-3 score. And it'll be Bosch, Peralta, Rayburn, the same three that started the 5th inning. Bosch led it off with a home run. It was the first Tiger hit of the game back in the 5th. They're down by just one after falling behind in this one 4-0. The home run by Bosch was his 5th of the year. P.J. Walters is still out there, and he fires home a breaking ball that missed outside. 2-0. All three of the Tigers' hits here this afternoon are homers. There's a ground ball right side, diving stab. Mauer hits the pitcher, covering for the out. Took a base hit away.
Mauer starting to get more comfortable with each start at first base. This is now his 12th start over there, and he's dived for this baseball, and he gives a nice feed and leads Walters to the bag perfectly.
Well, you had to believe that athletically he would be able to make that switch.
A couple of nice plays turned in by the first baseman of this game. Prince made a really nice throw to Peralta to start that double play to end the inning in the 7th.
That's into right center field, base hit. Johnny Peralta with a 1-out single. Tying run is on.
That's what Johnny did a lot more of last year. He was able to drive that ball to right center field and right field, and that's why the batting average was right around 300 all year long. He had his best professional career offensively. He needs to get that swing back.
Johnny came in today at 252, is now 1 for 3. And the Tigers have their 4th hit. Here's Rayburn. Waving a miss. Strikeout, fly out for Rayburn. Here's the 0-1. Make it 0-2 on Ryan. And Walter's 0-2 pitch. Checked his swing.
Nice block there by Butera. He is known more for his catching ability, game calling skills. Nice, gets over in front of that ball.
Father Sal Butera played in the big leagues from 1980 to 1988.
He had a good teacher. Daddy was also a catcher.
Sal played a good portion of his time in the major leagues. Well, a couple of years at least with the Minnesota Twins.
We see Sal on occasion. I believe he scouts with the Toronto Blue Jays.
He does.
And we will run into him from time to time.
One and two on Ryan Rayburn. Tying run at first base, 1 out, 7th inning. Missed it away. Rayburn would not bite. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Ryan. Top of the order waiting on deck, Don Kelly. And the 2-2 inside as Rayburn bends out of the way. Full count.
And we'll see what Jim wants to do here with Peralta. Johnny's not a base stealer. And Walters only has a couple of strikeouts, so he may let him take off from first, hoping that Rayburn puts the ball in play. And it looks like Peralta is running. Rayburn also knows that, which means he has to really concentrate in trying to put this ball in play.
Runner goes. Pitch is outside for ball 4. So Rayburn gets a walk. That'll put 2 men on. Well, today's game is available in high definition on Fox Sports Detroit HD, sponsored by Xfinity from Comcast. It's going to bring a meeting to the mound now as Ron Gardenhire makes his way out to the hill, and he will make a pitching change. So they go to the bullpen. We will step aside with Minnesota leading right now 4-3. Now the Tigers down by a run, but threatening in the 7th. 8 errors in the last 3 games for Detroit. They've not been able to tighten it up defensively. Bosch, Dirksen, Fielder, all with solo homers, and the Twins offense 11 extra base hits in the series, including 4 home runs. And now the Twins have gone to the bullpen. And working out of the pen these days is Francisco Liriano.
A lot of base runners this year for Liriano. In just 28 and 2/3 innings, he has a combined 59 base runners. He has walked 22 and he's given up 37 hits, but he still does a very nice job against left-handers. Left-handers hitting him at only .214. Therefore, Santiago pinch hitting for Don Kelly.
And he'll bat with 2 men on, and he rolls the first one foul.
This guy was once the ace of their staff.
Yeah, wasn't too long ago, was it? He had that dominant rookie season. Elbow surgery, of course, slowed him down, but he came back to have a nice year a couple of years ago. Here's the 0-1. That's in there for strike 2. Santiago career against Liriano is 3 for 9. And right now the Tiger is trying to get another hit to possibly tie this game. Little chopper right back to the mound. Liriano fires to second one. Relay. They got the double play. Liriano comes out of the pen and starts the Twin killing. Tigers are turned back in the 7th, and you're watching Tigers baseball today, presented by Bell Tire. This game, the first 2 hit by the Minnesota Twins as Justin Morneau took Fister deep the opposite way back in the 3rd. It was a 2-run shot to make it 2-0. And then Trevor Plouffe with a solo shot back-to-back to make it 3-0.
Well, Tigers also have been flexing their muscles in this game. And first it was Brennan Bosch who was able to circle the pillows in the 5th inning on a solo shot. And Andy Dirks also got Walters, the starter, for a home run. And Prince Fielder also homered against Walters.
So the long balls have been flying out of the ballpark today. And right now it's 4-3 in favor of the Minnesota Twins. Tigers have some defensive changes. Santiago stays in the game to play second. Rayburn moves out to left. And Dirks will move from left to center as Kelly is out of the game. And the new pitcher is Brian Villarreal.
And Villarreal just recalled from the minor leagues. And what Detroit would like to see Brian do is post similar numbers that he was able to do in Toledo here. He's got an electric fastball at 97, sometimes 98 miles an hour with a pretty good breaking ball as well.
Tigers have been out hit 9-4 as Trevor Plouffe leads it off here in the 8th inning. Plouffe, Casilla, Butera. That one skips back to the backstop. 1 ball, 1 strike. Plouffe's home run back in the third was his third of the season. Now the 1-1 pitch. Lifted back out of play, 1-2. I was talking to Avila the other day, and I was asking him who are the toughest pitchers to catch on this staff, and he said, well, as far as the relievers go, Brian Villarreal is, because he throws so hard, he has so much movement on his pitches.
The arm slot that he throws from, sort of a low three-quarter arm slot.
Swing and a miss. Well, Plouffe is down on strikes.
To throw 97 miles an hour and to have this kind of movement, Villarreal has a bright future ahead of him.
Look how much that ball moved.
There's that three-quarter arm slot that he throws from. Out of all the pitchers that I saw this year in spring training, Villarreal impressed me the most.
Yeah, I'd be right there with you. I mean, there's such a wealth of talent with this young man. And, of course, he broke camp last year with the Tigers before being sent down. The stuff is there, the consistency at this level. Once he finds it, he can be awfully good. And the one thing they kept talking about with Villarreal last year in spring training was that he wasn't afraid. And he pitched with a lot of confidence, pitched inside, wasn't afraid to do that. And therefore they gave him his shot at the beginning of last year. He's behind Casilla 2-0. Fouled away 2-1 on Alexi.
Alexi doesn't walk very often, although he did walk twice in last night's game, which equaled the total that he had walked all year.
He's had a tough day today. 2 strikeouts and a ground ball back to the mound. Strike called. 2-2 on Casilla. Butera will be next. We're in the 8th in a 1-run game, 4-3. The Twins raced out to a 4-0 lead. Tigers have come back with 3 home runs. Vila leaving the crouch. Another example of what he was talking about, how difficult Villarreal can be to catch. 3-2. Ground ball right side. Santiago makes the play. Casilla is out 2 away. 2 up, 2 down against Villarreal. Now Drew Butera. Got on base 3 times today. Single, double, also reaching on an error. Ground ball to third, and Cabrera can't get it. It's through a base hit. Another knock for Butera, his 3rd of the game. So the 8th inning continues for the Twins.
That is the 4th hit of the series for Butera, and he didn't even start last night's game.
Well, he had a double last night, 3 more hits today. In fact, the Twins as a team now have 10. So they're double digits in both of the games in this series. Here's Jamie Carroll. He singled in the 2nd inning, but then was picked off by Doug Fister. Fister giving up 3 earned runs today. Here's the 1-0. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tigers will have their big hitters coming up in the bottom of the 8th. 2, 3, and 4. Dirks, Cabrera, Fielder. And it's Villarreal's job to make sure it stays a 1-run contest. Swing and a miss. 98. And he was late on it.
He's got a big arm, as they say these days about pitchers that can be overpowering. And his stuff is not straight at 98. It's moving.
Here's the 1-2. He slings one low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Where is he getting all that velocity from? He's not a real big fella. Got some serious arm speed, though.
Slap foul back out of play again at 98 from Villarreal. 97, 97, 98, 98. Carroll has seen the high octane here in the 8th.
Well, he can throw that breaking ball now to Carroll, and if he throws it on the outside part of the plate, he can get a strikeout.
Popped up, foul, and again 98.
Staying with the heater, though.
Twins have gotten a lot of production out of their 8 and 9 spots in this series. 7 for 15 with 3 RBIs. Carroll had 2 hits last night, another one today. Revere waiting on deck. Another foul straight back. Another fastball. Can't quite put away Carroll. There it is for strike 3, and Carroll is frozen.
Finally threw him the slider to get the strikeout.
A couple of strikeouts for Villarreal. That one for the 3rd out. Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Bell Tire. Get the lowest tire price, period. Bell Tire. And by Toyota. Brought to you by your Greater Toyota dealer. Back here in the Motor City as the Tigers continue to trail by 1 run. 4 runs, 10 hits for Minnesota. Darren Mastroianni is the new right fielder. And he will take over for Trevor Plouffe. Glenn Perkins, meanwhile, coming out of the bullpen for the Minnesota Twins.
He's got a real good arm. He'll get up to 95, 97 with his fastball. 15 innings so far this year, 17 strikeouts, and just 5 walks for the power lefty.
Here is Andy Dirks. Tigers will send up 2, 3, and 4 here in the bottom of the 8th in search of a run to tie, 2 to go ahead. Tigers today have been out hit 10-4. Here's the 1-0. Dirks takes low and away. 2 balls, no strikes. And he missed again. 3-0. 1 pitch away from putting that tying run on the bases. Way inside. It'll go to the backstop, and Dirks gets a walk. So the tying run is on.
Perkins couldn't find the plate against Andy.
Well, in doing so, now he's got to face Cabrera. With nobody out, Miguel is 0 for 3 in this game. Tying run aboard for Detroit at the bottom of the 8th. And Miguel takes high, and that's 5 straight balls. Perkins pitched the 9th inning in last night's game, gave up a single, got a double play ball, and fielder flied out to win the game. Trying to throw a breaking ball, but missed with it. 2-0. 6 straight have missed the strike zone. Not a good plan of attack, especially with the guys you're facing now. And it's high. 3 balls and no strikes. Time now for the Mazda scouting report on Cabrera. Plate appearances per walks have gone up this year. Hadn't walked in his last 18 games. And he takes a strike. 3-1. Miguel walking less this year than he has in the past. Has still been very productive, though. Came in 3rd in the league in RBIs with 33. Now the 3-1. High, ball 4. The Tigers have the first 2 men on. Perkins comes out of the pen and walks Dirks and Cabrera. And now the pitching coach, Rick Anderson, coming out with danger lurking in Prince Fielder. AT&T trivia question: who holds the Tigers record for most multi-hit games since 1921? And the answer was Charlie Gehringer. 831 multi-hit games in 19 years with the Tigers. And the great mechanical man has his statue out there in left field. Here is Fielder. And ball 1 as Perkins continues to fall behind. He has thrown 10 pitches in this inning, 1 strike. not a good ratio, is it?
No, it's not very good.
The 1-0 pitch. 2-0 on Prince.
Well, if he loses Prince, Ron Gardenhire will have no choice but to go get him against the right-handed Delman Young.
Swarzak warming up in their bullpen. There's a strike call, 2-1. Prince an opportunity to deliver the tying run, extra base hit, maybe the go-ahead run. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2 on Prince Fielder. 4-3 Minnesota. They led 4-0. Tigers with 3 home runs to make it 4-3. Dirks and Cabrera have walked. Swing and a miss, and Fielder goes down on strikes. Big strikeout for Perkins, 1 away.
On the previous pitch, he threw Prince an 82-mile-per-hour breaking ball. Then he came back with 96. And that one was by Prince before he decided to swing.
Now Delman Young, 0 for 3. Strike 1. Delman with a couple of ground balls and a fly ball in this game. Little ground ball to second base, might be 2. There's 1. And a double play, and Perkins pitches out of a mess. He gets a 4-3 twin killing. The Tigers hitting into a double play in each of the last 2 innings. We'll go to the 9th. Mini by 1. It is 4-3 in favor of Minnesota. They dodged a big-time bullet. Perkins could not throw a strike. He gets a strikeout eventually on Fielder, and then a double play ball. And now the top of the order coming up. Ben Revere leads it off in the 9th for Minnesota. Then Dozier, then Mauer. Brian Villarreal is still out there, and he fires home the first pitch outside. Villarreal struck out a couple of Twins hitters in the 8th. Now the 1-0. 2 balls, no strikes on Revere. Pfister started 1-6. Koch came on in the 7th. Villarreal in the 8th. Three 3-0. Dozier with a couple of hits waiting on deck. Twins looking for a little bit of breathing room here in the 9th inning. Here's the 3-0 pitch. He's taking ball 4. Wasn't close. Leadoff man is on.
Hey fans, you can follow the Tigers with the MLB.com at Bet 12 for your iPhone, iPad, Android, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at BAT to 31826 or visit Tigers.com for details.
Here's Dozier. We'll see what he's thinking up there. Quick throw back. Revere dives back in there. Dozier a single, a double. 2 out of 4 in this game. 3 hits in the series. He homered yesterday. And he takes ball 1. So now it's Avila's turn to go out and try and settle down his pitcher after Revere was walked. Revere last year stole 34 bases in the major leagues. That's it for a strike.
Villarreal has a very quick move, which means that if Revere is running, he's not going to get a great jump because you can't really get a big lead while Villarreal is on the mound. He'll pick you off. Handcuff Prince Fielder with a 96-mile-per-hour 2-seamer.
Prince did well to pull that thing in.
Prince not happy about that. Take a look at this. He got handcuffed. Whoa!
Swing and a miss. 1-2 on Dozier. Action in the Tigers bullpen. Octavio Dotel. Swing and a miss. He chased one out of the strike zone. Dozier is gone. It's a 3rd strikeout now for Villarreal.
'97 upstairs. Can't catch up to it.
Here's Joe Mauer. No hits today for Mauer. 0 for 4. He's also bounced into a double play. And he looks at strike 1. Tigers in the bottom of the 9th will have Avila, Bosch, and Peralta due up. Fouled straight back. 0-2 on Mauer.
Revere over at first base is trying to get a good jump off of Villarreal, but he just can't do it. At least he has not been able to do it up until this point. Quick move and a slide step to home plate. And if he does decide to run, he might just get thrown out by Avila, because Villarreal is going to give him time to throw.
Runner bluffs, and it's outside. 1-2.
Jerry White, the first base coach, is over there in the ear of Revere. And he's probably telling him, proceed at your own risk.
It's on you, young man. 1-2 on Joe Mauer. There he goes. Here comes the throw from Avila. The tag, not in time.
He beat it.
First steal this year.
He gets a decent jump. It's a nice exchange by Avila. It's a throw that's a little high. I don't know if the throw is on the bag, if they get him or not, but give Revere some credit. He was not going to be denied.
He's got those short little choppy steps, and he dives in safely. So now it's 2-2 on Mauer. First steal of this year for Revere. After coming up from AAA, he contributes. Hit, a walk, and a steal. Got him, strike three. Mauer caught looking. Marty Foster had to wind that one up and finally called him out. Villarreal, 4 strikeouts.
That is probably a little bit too close to take. I know Mauer has a really good eye and knows his strike zone, but that may be a little too close. Of the 9 times that Minnesota has struck out today, 7 of them have been looking at the 3rd strike. That's a high number.
That's a really high number. Willingham has been on base 4 times in this one. He takes ball 1. Fister walked him twice. He reached on an error and scored, and then he walked again against Koch in the 7th. Here's the 1-0. 1 ball, 1 strike on Josh Willingham. Tiger bench, by the way, short with Villarreal coming up and Danny Worth going down and the injury to Jackson. They've already used Santiago, so that leaves Gerald Laird on their bench. That's it. He, of course, is the backup catcher. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. And Willingham goes down to a knee. 1-2. Popped up, shallow right field. Here comes Bosch. He's under it. And the inning is over. So we'll go to the bottom of the 9th. Tigers need a run. Last call for the Tigers. We go to the bottom of the ninth inning. They need a run to tie and 2 to win. Matt Capps is on now to try and close this one down for Minnesota.
Matt Capps has been perfect this year in the saves department. He's got a fastball and a slider. Fastball low 90s. Occasionally he'll get in the mid 90s with it.
Alex Avila leads it off, then Bosch, then Peralta. Avila has faced Capps 4 times, 0 for 4 against him. Alex hit the ball hard his last time up. Scalded one right at Joe Mauer at first. And the first pitch missing low. Only 4 Tigers hits today, 3 of them home runs. Dirks, Fielder, and Bosch. Here's the 1-0 from Capps. Strike called on the outer edge. Outside. Capps last year for Minnesota, 69 appearances, 15 saves.
He didn't have many chances last year.
There's Bosch on deck. Swing and a miss. 2-2 on Avila. Capps a few years back saved as many as 27 for Pittsburgh back in 2009. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Alex stays alive. Six, 7, and 8 in the Tigers lineup here as we play in the bottom of the ninth. 4-3 for Minnesota. Trying to come into Comerica Park and sweep the Tigers in this short 2-game series. Pittsburgh in town beginning tomorrow. He thought about it, laid off, and now the count fills at 3-2 on Avila. He walked it. No, he struck him out. Oh, Avila having a few words for Marty Foster as he slowly walks back.
Well, Marty has had a pretty big strike zone today. 7 strikeouts looking for the Minnesota Twins and 2 today for Detroit. So that's a total of 9 strikeouts looking. And that's really a high total for a big league game. Most of these guys are aggressive with 2 strikes.
Big out for Capps. Bosch pops it up. And caught by the third baseman Carroll as he comes to the mound. 2 away. And it's going to be Johnny Peralta to try and keep this game alive. He's had some success against Capps. 2 for 6 with a homer and a double in his past. Good crowd on hand here again today. 37,000 plus. Hoping for something here from Peralta to keep this game going. And Johnny looks at ball 1. Ground ball to short. Should do it. Dozier in time, and Minnesota comes to Comerica and sweeps the 2-game series.
Who would have thunk it?
They get 4 early runs. The Tigers chip away, but they could get no closer than 4-3, and Minnesota walks away with a 2-game sweep. There's your final score. 4-3 Twins. Back with more in a moment.